Hi, welcome to another edition of From My Indian Kitchen to Yours. Who doesn't like a murruku? Murruku, which is a South Indian snack. It's even better when you make it at home. Today I'm going to share with you a family recipe. It's a phenomenal tasting murruku. It's easy to make and it's going to be such a hit with your family and friends. Believe me, my children's non-Indian friends, they call it lentil crackers, but guess what's in a name? So we're going to look at what does it take to make this murruku. We're going to start with the ingredients. There's 4 cups of rice flour and 1 cup of roasted split gram. This is called dalia or pottukadla in Tamil, and this is where my murruku is different, because in most murrukus they would add urad dal or besan, but I use the split gram, and I'm going to grind this into a powder and sieve and just take the really fine powder. 2 spoons of sesame, 2 spoons of cumin, half a teaspoon of chilli powder. Don't use too much, that changes the color of the murruku. Half a tablespoon of asafetida, salt to taste, and then there's 4 teaspoons of melted butter, and then 2 tablespoons of oil, which I'm going to really heat it up before I add to the dough. And this really does the trick, believe me. Adding hot oil just before you start making the murrukus really adds the crispiness to the murruku. Ground the fried split gram into really fine powder in a dry mixer. This is 1 cup, and that's 4 cups of rice. So you need to put it through the sieve just to make sure you catch all the coarse one, because those are the things that will not actually go through the mold. The whole dough has to be like a smooth paste. So after 1 minute, I am confident that both the flour and the dal, the lentils, have mixed well. So time to add in the other dry ingredients. Half a tablespoon of chilli powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin. I might just add a little bit more later. And then there's half a tablespoon of asafetida, and then 2 tablespoons of sesame seed. So I'm going to give it a good mix again for another maybe 30 seconds. I'm going to add now 4 spoons of melted butter. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to give it a good mix again. So after mixing it, I realized there was less cumin, so I added a couple of, actually 1 more tablespoon of cumin and 1 more tablespoon of the sesame, and then I also added the butter. So all there is left to add now is the salt, which I'm going to actually mix it in water. And by doing that, you're getting the saltiness evenly spread into the whole dough. If I just added just the dried salt, it's hit or miss. So just to make sure that it's kind of spread evenly, I'm going to add water to the salt, and then I'm going to mix it in the dough. So here's the salt water, the saline water, and I'm going to add just little by little, because this is a cup of water. Maybe it may not take the whole cup, so it's your discretion. You've got to use your judgment here, and keep adding just little quantity at one time. So halfway through the process of adding water, this is where I add the sizzling oil I talked about, which does the trick to make the murrukus really crispy. And be careful, the oil can be hot. So yay, yep, got it. So give it a good mix, and then continue adding more water. So just get it around the bowl. And now you start to see it's getting a little bit stickier. the powders are becoming more like a dough. So you want it just right. You don't want it too hard, because then it would be hard to put it in a mold and squeeze it. You've got to have very, very strong arms to get this dough through the mold. And if you have it too watery, then of course you're going to lose the crispiness in the murrukku. So this is something that I've learned with experience, and so can you. So to make the squeezing a little easier, this is the trick I found. I just spray this a little bit inside, and then you just take the dough, and it can take a little bit more, and then you close it. And then I'm just going to show you how this works. See, of course I'm going to do it in the oil, but if you see that this is how it makes the murrukku. Okay, so we're going to try this in the oil. Time to test if this oil is hot enough. I just drop a little bit of thing. So if you see it sizzling and if it starts to rise, then you know the oil is ready. So let's start by squeezing the murrukku. There we go. And just leave some room to turn the murrukus. So time to turn the murrukku and just let it fry on the other side. I'm going to flip it around and kind of just give it a little bit of a break so it's still submerged in oil. This is a really good color murrukku. You don't want it like too brown. This is a perfect color. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Making Murrukku with me. Please do subscribe, like and share my channel from my Indian kitchen to yours. Take care, and I will see you soon.